Alright, time for a cynically motivated trailer reaction video because nobody likes those. This is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. It is a Star Wars game made by Respawn, obviously published by EA. That's the bloke who was that Joker but maybe. That's the name of the character on Gotham, Joker but maybe. So this is, from what I understand, there's no gameplay here, it's all cinematic. This is actually the first time I'm looking at it. I saved it for this. Look at that bright-faced little boy. And that's a stormtrooper, so you know it's Star Wars. That proves it. Bit of yellow fire, which also maybe is Star Wars. There's one in the distance as well. So, yeah, this is a single-player, apparently, story-driven. We will get into EA boasting about it not having microtransactions and everything. Obviously, I'm talking over the bloke talking. If you want to hear the dialogue, then go watch the actual trailer if you're here. If this is the first thing you see, and then don't be silly. He did some wall running there. Do you think we'll do that in the game? Because Respawn loves all that with Titanfall. And that was old Palpers. That was Emperor Palpers. Everyone loves him because that Rise of the Skywalker trailer came out where they're bringing back old characters because they're terrified the new ones aren't selling as many action figures. That's my read on it anyway. I don't know, I liked The Last Jedi. I actually liked the weird things it did, but that's just me.
Only in the Force.
Trust only in the Force, he says. But a lightsaber helps, doesn't it? And a gun. You should just have a gun. I know Obi-Wan Kenobi apparently doesn't like him because he did that hilarious callback in the prequels to just an offhand line he had in the first film about civilized ages. You should just have a gun. Like, have the lightsaber, but have a gun and all. Anyway, right, so this is a Respawn game, which automatically gives it more promise than any other Star Wars game that EA may have been working on, or may have cancelled, like the half a dozen Star Wars games EA's cancelled. Out of all the studios Electronic Arts could give this to, you can say that it's in the best possible hands with Respawn. Not just because Respawn's very good, made an amazing campaign in Titanfall 2. Even when it makes a cynical, a more cynical game like Apex Legends, it's really quite good. The monetization shit, but the game itself is excellent. And more importantly, Respawn is a pretty new acquisition by EA. They absorbed the studio. Apex Legends is, I believe, the only game Respawn's brought out as an official part of EA. And that's quite good, because that means there are at least a few years on Respawn's clock before Electronic Arts destroys it. It's like the BioWare thing. You get a good few games out first, and then EA gets its hooks in and encourages you to pump out trash, and your studio ends up with turnover, and you get managers that don't know what they're doing, and the whole thing falls apart, and then EA closes it down. But that's not going to happen for a while yet with Respawn, so I'm pretty sure eventually something bad will happen. But right now, Respawn is still a fresh face among EA's roster of the damned. So Jedi Fallen Order looks good. It looks promising. It's got a good studio behind it. But I don't trust EA. I don't trust Electronic Arts. Electronic Arts has done nothing over the past half a decade, well, longer than that, let's just say the past 10 fucking years. It's done nothing but earn mistrust. Its last Star Wars game was a farce. Star Wars Battlefront 2 was a farce from beginning to end. The series of cancellations of Star Wars games as EA has meandered, clueless, unable to comprehend what to do with the fucking Star Wars license. Also, is a farce. EA is greedy, EA is shifty, shady, sleazy, and what I find really offensive about everything that EA's done is they are now trying to get praise for this. They are trying to get praise for promising that there won't be any predatory microtransaction bullshit in Fallen Order. They tweeted out, quite pleased with themselves, no microtransactions, no loot boxes, and no, we won't be adding them. A single-player Star Wars story for those of you who are ready to become a Jedi. Fuck off, EA. Fuck off. That's not great news coming from you. I mean, it's good news for the game, but Electronic Arts does not deserve to be fucking celebrated for that, and how dare they? How dare they wrap that up in their promotion? You caused the problem, EA. Microtransactions and loot boxes wrecking Star Wars Battlefront 2 was all your fault. You don't cause a problem, act as if you fixed a problem, and then sit back expecting praise and applause and love. Fuck you, EA. Fuck you. That might be the most cynical thing you've ever done. And that's really saying something. I saw a tweet as well that came out shortly after the reveal of all this, so I'm not going to say who it is, but it was someone in games media who said something along the lines of, you think that single-player games still have a place in the market? Here's your chance to prove it. And they were basically saying, like, go out there, buy the game, make sure it's a success to prove that single-player games still have a... No! It's already proven! It's up to the game industry to disprove it, which they haven't done. They've just set about trying to kill off single-player games for no reason other than they make more money doing the other shit, doing all the live service crap. If someone doesn't want to play this particular game, they don't owe EA money just to prove that single-player games still have a place. They already do. It's the fucking game publishers that refuse to do them as much as they used to, for not because they don't think that they don't sell. They know they sell. They just don't make as much money as something that's perpetual. That's, well, at least perpetual until the sequel comes out the next year. I just find it galling that someone's call there was to suggest we all rush out and reward EA for doing something it should have done 4 fucking years ago. 4 fucking years ago, and it fucking... Fuck! Sorry, I completely lost my thread there. Just choking on my own outrage. So yeah, like, I know some people are going to look at this video and think, oh, that Jim, so ungrateful. Never satisfied. They can never make him happy. I'll say this, like, I'm happy this game is happening. I'll be happy if it turns out good. But Electronic Arts getting rewarded for finally stepping up and doing something that is so overdue. So overdue. It leaves a sour taste. So yeah, Fallen Order looks good. I don't trust Electronic Arts. And I don't think that's pessimism. I think that's the only sensible way to look at it, because just look at Electronic Arts' past behaviour. There's no reason to trust it. So, fingers crossed, Respawn gets to make the game they want, and Electronic Arts doesn't find some way to fuck this up, but I'm looking for the catch. It's EA, I'm looking for the catch. There may not be one, and that's good, but nobody should just go in completely trusting that Electronic Arts is going to do right by anyone, except its shareholders. So yeah, looks good, don't trust EA. In fact, fuck EA.